Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to show you 10 most useful or most used formulas and shortcuts which you should know whether you are a student, you are working in the finance industry, in the banking industry, or anywhere, or you are just an Excel user. So guys, keep watching. Welcome back. So I already have a couple of videos where I have showed you 100 plus keyboard shortcuts for Excel, and you can always go and watch those. But in this section, I just want to focus on 10 shortcuts and formulas which you must know. In between, I'll tell you a couple of more things which I normally do because that is what I have been doing in financial modeling, how to manage data and how to get the best possible report. So let me start here and let me come to the demo sheet which I have downloaded for a random data. And this is one of the things which most of the people would see when they download the data. It is jeopardized, or at least the formatting is so bad that you don't know what to do. Most of the people would use their mouse to go to the cell or this part between B and C and double click to auto size the column B. What I say, let me undo this. What you should do is when you download the data and you see that a lot of data is overlapping each other or it is not very clear, press Ctrl A two times because it will select all the data. If you press it only one time and there is any break, it will select the data only till that place. I will demonstrate it very quickly. And if you press Ctrl A two times, it will select all the data irrespective of any space. Let me just demonstrate what will happen if it is single Ctrl A. Let's say there is a break here and I press Ctrl A. It is selecting only the first 10 rows. And it is not selecting the other ones. But if I press Ctrl A again, it selects my entire data irrespective of the break in the row 11. So let me delete this row. Come back to what I was saying, Ctrl A two times. Then you need to press Alt O C A. That is Alt O C A. What it does is it auto sizes all your columns with respect to the text. In case there is a column where a cell has a very long value, so you might see that maybe column D or something is gone haywire, you can always resize it, bring it smaller. But this, what it does is that it will auto size all the columns and now the data is much more clean. The second thing which I normally like to do when I'm working on the data is to give borders to all. So I will go to the cell. Now I'll press Ctrl A once. So my data is selected and now I want to put border in all the cells. So I go and press Alt H B A. So H is to go to home, B is to go to border, and A is to say all the borders. Now you can see my data is much more presentable. Now if I go down, page down, you see my headings are gone. So what I like to do is I would normally, if in case serial numbers are not there, insert one column and put the serial numbers. Maybe I'll tell you later what is the benefit, but since the ID is already serialized in this particular example, so I'll not do that. What I do in that case is I try to freeze the panes so that my top row at least is visible in case if I want the name here as well. So I'll go here to cell C2 and press Alt WFF. So what it does is it freezes my first row, and if I go to the right, my two columns, because when I froze the panes, so what I did was I went to cell C2. So anything to the left, which means column A and B, and anything on top of row number 2, which is row number 1, will remain frozen. This way it's much more easier for me. If I'm just unfreezing it because I'll be using something else, Alt WFF again. So my entire data is unfrozen, you can see. So the next thing I like to do is either select the data and convert it into filters. So Alt D as in David, FF. Now you can see the filters are there. But in this also I like to come down to the row 2 and Alt WFF, freeze pane, so that my heading remains there. This is one of the things I do. If not this, the second thing I do is I'm just undoing the filters. So I select my data and press Ctrl and T. What it does is it makes the entire data and converts it into table. So when I convert it into table, there are a lot of benefits to it. I will just show one example here, and for others probably I'll make another video just demonstrating the tables. Now the benefit is if I say I want to subtract or add this number to the next row and I hit enter, you'll see the entire column has been inserted. Right now it's giving me an error. I will tell you why, but at least I know that okay, my entire work will be done. I won't have to do the entire thing. Another example will be if I use the, let's say, concatenate, and I join this comma the last name, enter. It has inserted the entire column. I'll just zoom in so that you can see. Right now it says column 1 with the first name and the last name. So I can always change the column heading and I'm good to go. I'm just deleting it for now, but I hope I was able to tell you or make you understand why I make it into tables. Now, if you saw that there was a problem when I tried to do the formula thing and it gave me value. Why was that? Because now I have got the data organized, neat and clean looking, but the formatting is wrong. What is the problem with the formatting? The problem is that this should have been numbers, shows me a dollar sign, but at the end of the day, it is not number format or currency format. So what I can do is I can use one of the shortcuts here. Now I'm telling you about this control and arrows, which is using control you can move up, down, left, right, and to the endpoint. I'll demonstrate it and then I'll tell you what to do here. So currently if I am on cell, let's say D4 here, I want to go to the extreme left cell without any space or break in between. I say control and left. I'm in the first column. I say control and right. I'm in the last column. Control and up. I'm on the topmost row, and control and down. I'm in the bottommost row without a break. Had there been a break, let me insert a row to show you. I go up. When I go down, it is taking me to H and 95. Because now there is a break, so it says okay, probably this is the data range, and in this data range this ends on H95, so it stops here. So let me undo this. So I have told you here, let me quickly color this. Alt H FC for coloring. This one let me color green. Okay, so this one I have told you. I'm not doing the sequence. I know all of those are important, but I'm just trying to build a story here so that it's not only that formulas I am showing you or the shortcuts I'm showing you, but how to use them. So what comes where is where I'm using them. So when I go here, I see, okay, these are not in the format. How can I see that? If I select 2 or 3, I see at the bottom of my screen, it shows count 3. It does not show me sum, minimum, maximum, average, anything but count. So it means it is not in the number format. I go up on the top. I go to the next cell, which is H2, control shift and down to select the entire data. And here, it's the easiest way I find is, let me first remove the dollar sign. So control and F, it says find what dollar. If you see, there is a small line below the P in replace, which is if I press Alt and P as in Peter, it will take me there. So I say Alt P, replace with what? I write nothing, replace with nothing. So it has to be blank. And then replace Alt, or you can see there is a line below A. So Alt and A. Okay, 100 replacements were made. Escape, escape. So now things have changed. Now it is showing me the sum, which means now it has become to the number format. Had it not been in the number format now, I would have again gone to H2, shift control down, control 1 to come into the formatting and see here. My number is selected on the top bar. I press tab. I come here. I want it to be general number or what. I want it to be number without decimal. If I wanted to go to decimal, Alt and D. Okay, it has to be 0. I don't want the 1000 separator, so Alt and U and enter. Now all this is numbers. So I come down, the last one, which is H101 or my serial number 100, and I want the summation of this. I want to see what the total salary is. So one thing is I can use equal to sum, bracket start, go up, shift and keep pressing up. This is one way. I hate it. The other way is I go one cell up to H101, control shift and top, and one down to deselect the salary and select all other. This is decent way. I'll be doing something like this, but in a different way. I'm deleting this. What I would like to do is to do the summation of all the numbers starting one cell up of your current cell location until that point there is any break. Remember I told you about the breaks earlier. So I press Alt and equal to. It gives me the same thing. It has done the subtotal. If you go see in the formula, let me hit F2. The reason it has done subtotal is it is in a table format, as I mentioned earlier. So there is a lot of benefit of this, which I will show later, of the formula of subtotal. But had it been a non-table, let me just quickly show you here. 1, 2, and 3 or 2. I say Alt and equal to, it gives me sum of these three without a break. Had there been a break, let me just copy these here, and Alt equal to, it would have taken only these three. It would have ignored this and anything above it because there is a break. So let me delete this. Coming back to my formula sheet. Now again, I have showed you the auto sum. Alt H F C for font color. Let me come to green. This is again something I've showed you. So out of 10, I've showed you 2 and maybe some other which will be helpful for you. Let me come on to the next one. Now I have done this. I have made a summary sheet where I see what is the number of people, the total salary, number of people. I have used the formula count A. Let me show it again. C is equal to COUNT-A. I see count A is there. I go down, I hit tab. It takes the entire formula. Now I want to go on the previous sheet. I'm not using the mouse. I'm using control and page up. I go to the previous sheet. I control and last, control and up. So now when I say control and up, I have come to the cell H2, control and down, and I leave control, just shift and one cell up because I don't want the total to be added again. Enter. So now it says 100 people. This is the salary. This is the average salary. Now the formula I want to show you here, or the shortcut I want to show you here, is serial number 2, 3, and 4. I'll highlight it for now. Alt H H. This is Alt TUT D and A, which is basically trace precedence, dependent, and clear trace all. Let me zoom in a little more. So let me show you in my demo sheet. First was trace precedence, Alt TUT. Alt T as in trace, U as in audit, and T for dependence. So I come here, what is trace dependent? Let me show you something very good. Alt TUT. Wow. Let me zoom. What just happened? Now I got these arrows and 2 dots, which is showing me that in this particular cell B3 is basically B2 divided by B1, and B2 and B1 have been spotted by the 2 dots. Had there been a very big data and the cells would have been taken, or the calculation would have been done on various different columns and rows, this would have showed all those. This is showing you all the precedents, which is this formula is coming from this part. Let me clear this. Alt TUA. Now my arrows are gone. Now if I go to, let's say, 100, and I want to see where is this 100 being used in my entire workbook, not only worksheet but workbook. Right now my example is showing worksheet, but it will do the same thing for workbook as well. Alt TUD. Now it is showing dependents. These dependents is basically this 100 is being used. The dot, this particular cell is being used where the arrow is ending. So is it being used? Yes, we can see it is being divided by this particular number. So this is something very, very useful. And when I first learned it, believe me, my professor just showed me this audit function, didn't tell me how he did it, and I spent some sleepless nights just to see what it is called, because I did not even know what to look for. So coming back to my sheet, I've showed you these. Let me go here, Alt H, H and N for no fill, and Alt H F C, and as I did earlier, to make them green. Now control and bracket. Again, it says go to precedent. Let me come to my sheet. In here, if I want to see where is this coming from, one was to see using the arrows or the audit function. The other one is if I go to this cell where the calculation is being done and I press control and bracket, it highlights or it goes to that cell. It is especially useful if you have data coming from multiple sheets, because in this case, if let's say I go to 100 and I press control and back, it shows me the data is coming from the other sheet and it highlights all the things. Now, along with this, I'm showing you one more feature or one more shortcut. This was used to go back. What if I want to return to the same cell where I came from? It is very easy. One is you can press F5 on your keyboard and just hit enter. Don't do anything. You are back to where you went from. Or if I go back, the other option or the other shortcut is Control and G. It will do the same thing as F5, enter. So now coming to my sheet, I have showed you these two as well. This is Alt H F C and green. Now 3 are left, F4 or Control Y. This I will show you in this sheet only. Had it been that I have used any formula like sum or referencing or maybe something formatting like changing the color, I want to do it again. I just did it when I converted the color of my row number 6 to green. I want to do it again for row number 7. I've selected my row number 7 and I'm clicking F4. I can also use Control Y, but if you want to do a couple of things, for example, had it been this data, and in this data I had to maybe bold or change the color. Let me change the color to red, Alt HFC, red, and I'm maybe just trying to tally or reconcile something, and I say okay, 1 was there, 2 was not there, this 2 was there, I hit F4. I don't have to do the entire thing again. This 1 2 3 was not there, this 3 was there, this 1 was there, this 1 2 3 was there. So it makes life very easy because you don't have to keep running or using your mouse again and again. One thing additional I like to tell you here is when I'm cleaning the data, one thing is I can select this and press delete. It will delete the data, but the formatting will not be cleared, which means if I click this and if I come to this cell B6 and write anything, it will still be red because the formatting, last formatting known was the color in this cell was red. So what I normally do is, let me undo. When I have to clear everything, I clear all. You can always use your mouse. I honestly don't remember where it is, but in the keyboard shortcut it is Alt EAA. Now everything is clean. So if I come here and write again, it is black because it cleared all the values as well as the formatting. Let me go back to my formula sheet. Alt enter with Alt HW. Okay. So in this example, I have showed you that here I have written something. Number of people is in one cell, total salary is in one cell, average salary is also in one cell, but it is in 2 lines. How do you do it? If you want to add couple of lines or you want to make space or you want to just to demonstrate, show something, how you will do? What you need to do is I'm pressing F2 to enter into the edit mode. Here average salary was written this way. I go where I want to insert the next line. I go to the position where I want to insert the next line and I hit Alt and enter. It takes you to the next line. For example, average salary, and I want to go to the next line again, Alt and enter. And here I write of 100 people, enter. So it makes sometimes the representation or the presentation very easy for you to show and for the other person to understand. Why I mentioned Alt enter with Alt HW is I'll show you here. I can do something like this again if I try to use mouse and make the column A narrower. Number of people is hidden. So what I normally do is I would go to the cell A1, Alt HW. This wraps it. So basically in this cell it says okay, I will not increase the column width, whatever content is there, I'll increase the row height. So now the row height has been increased. Now the difference between what I did earlier with Alt enter and Alt HW wrapping is that if I increase the column width, number of people goes into one line because it was just wrapped around, and the Alt enter still remains in the 3 line way I did it because I used Alt enter to come to the next line. The last one is Alt ES. This is very useful. Let me come in my demo sheet. Here in case this is my data and I want to maybe color it, let me color this as red, and I want to copy the formatting on a couple of places. The way people normally would do it is go to all the cells and go to the color palette and choose red, or the way I told you just now, use F4 to do it again and again. But there is another way. You can use this way to not only copy the coloring but any formatting. Yes, any formatting, which would mean if it's bold, underlined, italicized, it's in number format, it's in general format, it's in text format, anything, any kind of formatting to the other cell. So let me give an example. Control B, this was bold. Now I want the next cell, B3, to be red as well as bold. I go here, Control C, I come down here, Alt EST. Now if you see, this says paste special. So basically it is the same thing which you would have otherwise right clicked and went to paste special and then selected, or this window would have opened. So in this scenario, it says all would also copy the values. Formulas, if there is a formula, value, just the value, paste special values, which means it will remove everything, whether it's a formula, formatting, anything, and paste only the values. Formats is the one I was talking about. If I do this, it will make it bold and red. Comments, if there are comments, you want to copy them. Validation, I'll make a separate video on this. It's a little bigger thing. All except source theme is something I have not used. I'll maybe do a little research and tell you later. All except borders. So if you have borders in your data, it will copy everything but the borders. Column width, this is especially helpful in case if you want to maintain the same column width in a lot of sheets or in a lot of columns. You can copy one cell, or you can copy that column and go to the next column and Alt ESW for width. It will make the column for the same width. Formulas and number format, it will copy the formulas as well as the number format. Values and number format, so value and the number format. If the number format is, maybe you have put a comma after the 3 places, so that formatting and the value. Merging conditional formats and all others which are currently in gray is something I'll cover later. So I come to this, Control C, I come here, Alt EST, enter. Now you see it has done it. So guys, let me color, and I just realized I made one of the colors light green as compared to others. I'll correct it later. We are already done here. So guys, these are 10 things which I say everyone should know in Excel. This will help you improve your efficiency. If you liked it, I'll really appreciate if you can hit like and hit subscribe so that you get notification for my new videos. If you did not like it, do hit the unlike button so that I know that I'm missing something and I need to improve on that. If there's a particular formula or there's a particular question in your mind, please comment in the section below and I will try to either make a video to get the problem solved for you. Thanks a lot guys for watching the entire video if you're still here, and please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.